Have you ever noticed the stark contrast when looking at aging across different cultures? For decades, mobility experts and doctors have been puzzled by one specific observation. They look at Western seniors, and then they look at Japanese elders in their 80s and 90s. The difference is often shocking. While many seniors in the West struggle with stiffness, balance issues, and a reliance on walkers, their Japanese counterparts are often walking with smooth balance, maintaining upright posture, and displaying significantly less joint pain. So, what is the secret? Is it genetics? Is it just the diet? According to groundbreaking research from Keio University in Tokyo, the answer isn't found in high-tech gyms, heavy weightlifting, or expensive supplements. The answer lies in something called functional movement. You see, there is a fundamental difference in philosophy. In the West, we often try to build muscle on top of a body that is already dysfunctional. We try to add strength to stiff joints and poor posture. But Japanese elders do the opposite. They focus on fixing the dysfunction first. They prioritize natural daily motions that lubricate the joints, stimulate blood flow, and reactivate the tiny stabilizer muscles that typically waste away after age 60. Today, we are going to walk you through the 5 specific movements that Japanese centenarians use to maintain their independence. We have ranked them from the least to the most powerful. Let's begin. Number 5, the Namba Walk. If you were to watch a samurai movie or observe an elderly person walking through a park in Kyoto, you might notice something unusual about their gait. To Western eyes, it looks stiff, perhaps even a bit robotic, but this traditional walking style, known as the Namba Walk, is actually a biomechanical masterpiece designed to save your spine. Here's the problem with how most of us walk. Standard walking involves what is called contralateral movement. That means when your left leg steps forward, your right arm swings forward. While this feels natural, it actually creates a twisting or rotational stress on your spine with every single step you take. Over a lifetime, that's millions of micro twists on your vertebrae. The solution is the Namba Walk. This utilizes ipsilateral movement. That's a fancy way of saying that the arm and the leg on the same side move forward together. The science behind this is fascinating. Research indicates that this walking style reduces rotational stress on your spine by up to 40%. This helps explain a staggering statistic. Only 28% of Japanese seniors report chronic back pain, compared to a massive 64% of seniors in the United States. A 2022 study found that practicing this walk for just 3 months improved balance by 23%. Why? Because the unfamiliar coordination forces your brain to wake up and forge new neural pathways. How do you do it? Stand naturally. Now, step forward with your right foot, and at the exact same time, slide your right arm forward. Keep your torso relatively still. Don't twist your waist. It takes some focus. Try to move at about 60 to 70% of your normal speed. Our tip? You don't have to walk like this all day. Just try incorporating it for 2 minutes during your daily walk to essentially reset your spinal alignment. Number 4, Agura, or cross-legged floor sitting. Think about your average day. If you live in a Western country, you likely spend about 13 hours a day sitting in chairs. Chairs act like a cast for your hips, restricting your range of motion and causing your core muscles to go to sleep. But Japanese elders spend hours every day in Agura. Agura is the practice of sitting on the floor. The science here is undeniable. A decade-long study tracking 6,000 seniors found that the ability to sit on the floor and stand back up without using your hands is a massive predictor of longevity. In fact, those who could perform this simple movement had a 51% lower risk of cardiovascular disease and lived, on average, 7.5 years longer. When you lean against a chair back, your muscles relax. But when you sit in Agura, you have to engage over 30 different core muscles just to stay upright. It requires constant micro-adjustments. So how should you practice this? Start by sitting on the floor with your legs extended. Bend your knees and cross your shins, creating a stable, triangular base. Now, here's the crucial adjustment for beginners. Do not force your knees down to the floor. If you're stiff, sit on a folded blanket or a firm cushion. This elevates your hips above your knees, which helps maintain the natural curve of your lower spine and prevents slouching. Aim for just 5 to 10 minutes a day. Do this while watching TV or drinking your morning coffee. It's not exercise, it's a lifestyle change. Number 3, Seiza Transitions. In the West, we're often told that kneeling is bad for the knees. We avoid it at all costs. However, Japanese data suggests the opposite. The controlled act of kneeling actually preserves the joints. You have to understand, joints have no direct blood supply. They rely on movement to circulate synovial fluid, which is your body's natural heavy-duty oil. If you avoid bending your knees, the cartilage dries out like an old sponge. The solution is the Seiza transition, the act of moving from standing down to a kneeling position and back up again. The statistics are incredibly telling. Japanese seniors who perform Seiza transitions daily have 73% fewer knee replacement surgeries than Americans of the same age. Think of the movement like a pump. The controlled compression and decompression of the knee joint pumps fresh, nutrient-rich fluid into the cartilage. Furthermore, the transition strengthens the entire lower body chain, from your toes all the way up to your glutes. How do you execute this safely? Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Step one foot back and slowly lower that knee to the floor. Control is key here. Don't drop. Bring the other knee down so you're kneeling. Then sit back on your heels, keeping your spine tall and proud. To stand up, shift your weight forward, tuck your toes under, and push up through your feet. Try to minimize using your hands for support, but use them if you need to. If you're a beginner, place a folded towel between your calves and thighs. This reduces the pressure on the knees until your flexibility improves. Number 2, Radio Taiso. Imagine an entire country moving in unison. Every morning at 6:30 a.m., millions of Japanese people, from school children to great-grandparents, tune in to a 3-minute broadcast that has aired since 1928. This is Radio Taiso, and it is not just random stretching. It is a neurological reset button. As we age, we tend to lose what experts call youth movement patterns. Children move dynamically. They twist, they reach, they jump. Seniors tend to become stiff and linear, moving only forward and backward. Radio Taiso is a specific sequence of 13 movements designed to mobilize every single joint system in the body. Harvard Medical School researchers were stunned to discover that elderly Japanese who practice this daily possess spinal flexibility equivalent to Americans who are 20 years younger. MRI scans showed significantly less disc degeneration. The routine includes arm circles for the shoulders, side bends for the rib cage, and rotation for the spine. How to do it effectively. The secret ingredient is a concept the Japanese call kibi-kibi. This translates to crisp, energetic movement. You shouldn't do this lazily. The routine involves overhead reaches, rising onto your toes to activate balance sensors. It involves arm crosses to open the chest and counteract the slouching from looking at phones. It involves torso circles to massage the internal organs. You can find the full 3-minute routine online. The goal is to perform the movements rhythmically and energetically. It's only 3 minutes, but it changes your entire day. And finally, number 1, Fukugo, or the deep squat rest position. We have arrived at the most powerful movement on the list. This is the differentiator. Researchers believe this specific position contributes most to the high number of centenarians living in Okinawa. It is the deep squat. Here is the harsh reality. Most Western adults over the age of 40 cannot squat deeply with their heels flat on the floor for even 5 seconds. This loss of mobility is directly linked to the shuffling gait of old age and pelvic floor dysfunction. In Japan, the deep squat isn't an exercise, it's a posture used for resting, gardening, or socializing. The science behind this is profound. The ability to deep squat with heels down is a stronger predictor of healthy aging than your genetics or even your diet. First, let's talk about brain health. MRI studies show that deep squatting increases blood flow to the brain by 15%. That is more than walking does. Second, digestion. This position aligns the colon for optimal elimination. Japanese doctors report that daily squatters suffer 60% less constipation and have fewer issues with hemorrhoids. And finally, muscle activation. Simply holding a deep squat activates over 200 muscles simultaneously. It decompresses the spine, creating space for nutrients to flow into your vertebral discs. How to do it, and please listen carefully to the progression. Do not attempt a full squat immediately if you have been chair-bound for decades. You must progress slowly. Start with a supported squat. Hold on to a sturdy door frame or a pole. Lower your hips, pushing your knees out so they track over your toes. Keep your chest up. Most importantly, keep your heels flat on the ground. While you are down there, focus on your breathing. Take deep belly breaths. This creates internal pressure that supports your spine. Your goal is to build up to holding this position for 30 seconds to a minute every single day. So, there you have it. The Namba Walk, floor sitting, Seiza Transitions, radio Taiso, and the deep squat. The secret of these 5 movements is not intensity, it is consistency. Japanese elders do not view these as working out. They view them as essential daily maintenance, just like brushing your teeth or washing your face. You do not need to master all 5 of these immediately. In fact, the researchers suggest starting with just one. Whether it is practicing the Namba Walk for 2 minutes or simply sitting on the floor while watching the news, these small habits begin to rewire your nervous system. Western medicine is excellent at treating the symptoms of aging, but these Japanese movements treat the cause, the loss of natural, functional mobility. By restoring these patterns, you are not just adding years to your life, you are adding life to your years. Thanks for listening and keep moving.